All right, I'm Brandon Johnson, the Spiritwalker, and I am going to go test out all of my costumes, give you reviews and the backstory on everything. And I'm joined here today by Vinny and my daddy-o. All right, so let's go to close-up tour real quick and give you the order first that they were made. So the very first one is the original Spiritwalker. That's this guy right here. So he was not made to be used many times. We'll go a little bit deeper in his story. Number 2 was Wraithwalker, which somehow I lost one of the heads, is what it is. We have a duplicate over here. Once I made that, Doja Cat contacted me, and she wanted to have a whole nother costume. She originally wanted basically a large grouping of Spiritwalkers, but in short time, we could only make one more. So the second Wraithwalker was made, and his name is Jerry. That Vinny was actually in that one too.
That's right.
All right, so I'll try this one on third, and the fourth one I made was technically Sprite. So I had originally made this for a boy named Dexter, and he outgrew it pretty quick. But I made this actually in one day, start to finish, and it was only 4 days after I got back from Coachella. Okay, so the fifth one is Ghoul, and he's seen better days. He was not, even though I had made him with the digigrades and all that, he wasn't really made to be worn a lot. So he's fallen apart a little bit. I also did a fire performance that totally wrecked him. I mean, this guy was shooting fire tornadoes out, and it was just getting right under the costume. So we had to completely fix it before my next performance. So we'll try him on. And then next, which it actually isn't this costume, it's another one, I made the big opium bird. And that was actually, his name was Kevin. And yeah, so we made the first one. And again, Doja Cat loved it. So we ended up making 4 more of these giant birds. You can see the size of him. He's just huge, and this is without a body in it, so it's absolutely wild. And then we got contacted by Nick Tucker to make the robotic creatures for the latest movie, so this is Scout, and he went through it. So we filmed 6,500 feet up on the side of a mountain, just southern LA area, and near Big Bear, and he got beat up. It was so hot, but luckily this costume does have a little bit of AC, a little bit of air movement within it, but he started even melting. It was so hot up there. It was absolutely wild. He's also 138 pounds. Yeah, that's a lot. So yeah, here we go. I'm gonna try them all out, give you guys a review, and tell you what's the costume all about. So I normally wear blacks for everything. I'm not gonna wear blacks this time, so you're gonna be able to see my shirt. This is the original head, the original face, which I have a bunch of these now, but you can just see how much pain he's been in.
This one's seen better days.
Yep. So I originally made the Spiritwalker in, I believe, 2016. I made the Spiritwalker because I got in a bad motorcycle accident and I shattered my heel, and I had this peg leg that I learned to walk on. And also we were doing a free haunted house since I was a kid, which I also wanted to make this for. But right as I was healing, while I was still on the cane, I went to my dad and I said, I want to build a giant 4-legged stilted costume. And he's like, you're crazy, let's do it. But overall, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, for favorite costumes, I will give this a 2.
Whoa.
Yeah,
okay,
2.5, 2.5.
okay.
Let's move on to the Wraithwalker. We had to make all these Jimmy Rick stands because I just have too many costumes right now. We originally made this one just to make the original Spiritwalker a little bit bigger and neater. This was number 2, made it in the basement. All right, so I'm gonna rate this one a 3 out of 10 just because it's slightly more comfortable than Spirit and way more well built. I mean, these things are solid. I could even... Yep, they're totally straight.
Spiritwalker, next is Jerry.
So after I made that first one, I got a message from Doja Cat saying she would love to have these creatures on stage. So immediately I went to work making the second one. And this is the second one. After I made him, I named him Jerry. This one, we decided to make it a little bit nicer and actually had upholstered supports, boots, and made very nice. This one has buttons on it that are all perfect. And this one was actually originally made for Vinny.
Yeah. Custom fit.
Custom fit.
We called it the Rolls-Royce Spiritwalker
Yeah.
when we built it.
At the time. Bing, bada, boom.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, gosh, I feel like I could do anything in this thing.
Always different.
Oh, that's comfortable. Anytime I have like a celebrity or somebody that wants to try on a costume, this is the costume I have them try on because it's so comfy. I'm gonna rate this one like a 6.5. Super comfy. It's very mobile. Vinny's done like twirls and danced in it.
Oh yeah.
All right, the next one I built was Sprite. I can't get in him, so it's time for Ghoul.
Oh yeah. This feels right.
The voice is mandatory.
Yeah, I don't have a choice when I'm in it. Just kind of happens.
Right, so this one absolutely wrecks me. Now, I decided to take everything to the next level using Digigrade, like the most expensive stilts you can physically buy, just to add that reverse leg thing. And I don't think I'm going back, but I do want to reproduce these, but I've got a lot of changes because they hurt you. All right, I'm gonna rate this costume, not surprisingly, a 10 out of 10. It's comfortable, it's mobile, it's expressive, it's everything that I want out of a costume. 10 out of 10.
Even though it wrecks you?
Yeah.
Next is the bird, Kevin.
All right, so we gotta get him off the stand. They're all so unbelievably different.
Perfect.
So the story goes, I made the first opium bird and Doja Cat saw it again, but she wanted a whole flock of them. And a couple months later, I said, make sure you let me know right away. And she didn't, and expected me to make them basically in a month. So I got these two together along with the seamstress and Cassie, a whole bunch of different people, and we rushed and we made it happen. In supplies, I spent $15,000 between all the stilts, all the parts, the tools, the sewing machines. Yeah, she's a little. That's actually just the bird squeaking.
It's a bird.
So then we finished it. Vinny and I packed these up in my truck. We drove from Wisconsin all the way to LA. Once we got to LA, which the entire time I was telling her, no, your dancers won't be able to use these stilts. They're the hardest stilts ever. And when we showed up, we got about 2 days of training with her staff before all of her dancers said, nope, we're not doing this. That's not a thing. We have 2 days of practice, and it turns out that it's just not gonna be possible for those dancers to do this. A whole month of my life is gone. Might be staying here, we don't know. We were just kind of like left not knowing what to do.
What do we do?
A week after we arrived, they said, well, we're done practicing here, we gotta go to Vegas. So we went to Vegas, and they ended up calling every different circus company, stilt company, everybody who had performers. And it turns out nobody's really an expert in digitigrade. So that's when I found out I was one of the world's experts in digitigrade costumes. So we were lucky and we were able to find some Circus Soleil performers.
Spiritwalker!
And we trained them all up. All while Doja Cat never visited us once. We trained all of them, got in the vehicle, drove home. About 2 days after we got home, we found out they cut the birds from Coachella last second. All right, let's get into the bird.
How do you rate this?
It is pretty comfy. It's not meant for a warm day. I would say it is actually very comfy. I like this costume. It was made very well. I will rate this 7 out of 10. So next we're gonna do Scout. Now, here's the thing. During filming, we basically destroyed him. He got shipped across the country twice. You can see just a ton of wreckage. I mean, he is a decommissioned creature. But we also lost his feet covers. So you'll see that, but here we go. We're gonna give it a shot anyway. All right.
Now, I didn't mention it, but this project was absolutely the most grueling thing I think I've ever done. I spent over 500 hours making this, along with an animatronic 4-legged spider Tanktron. Dad was with me the entire time, and I actually flew him out to California to film on a set with me. Unbelievable amount of work, and this is what we got.
did it on the Velcro.
Yeah, we did. Okay. All right, so I don't know how I did that. I did that in the heat in almost a 30 UV rating, 6,500 feet up. It was awful. But even just here in Wisconsin, when it's 60 degrees out, it's still really, really hard. So now rating it, again, rating is movability, mobility, comfortability. I'm gonna rate this 0.3. It hurts everything, but although I need to change the rating because it's so cool, we're gonna go 5 because it's that cool. It might be the most uncomfortable thing I've ever made, but it's also the coolest.
So it's a 4.7.
Yeah, 4.7.
7 on the cool
stuff
rating.
Like that. I make it up, you know, one bite. All right, guys, so I'm the Spiritwalker again. Thanks for joining me to try on all the costumes. I'm also making cool stuff all the time. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, to TikTok. And thank you guys. Have a great night.